What is death? Someone said that death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. I suppose that's true, especially when concerning this story. And there are lots of stories from lots of places, many worlds with many stories. And in all of those stories is death. And in some of those stories, there is an afterlife. Someone else said, when a person dies, they only appear to die. They are still with us in more ways than we realize. And that one's not true. Sorry about that. No, because when someone dies, no matter where they die, no matter what they did, no matter who they were, they end up here, in the library, with me, or with him. Either way, they're dead. So let's see who died today and what stories they'd like to still tell. For today's novel, there's always the first page of a novel. You will have speaking parts for the first time. Both of my players, Wacksteven and Stella Luna. I didn't forget who you are, I just almost pressed the wrong button. And it almost would have gone. And Stella Luna. Which kind of works too. So here is the thing. So, Candle, your parts are in blue. And Lumen, your parts are in red. Candle's Last Job, Chapter 33. The road to Blackmane was a crooked vein of mud and misery, snaking its way through the swamp like it had nowhere better to go. Bare trees jutted from the bog, their skeletal limbs clawing at the low-hanging fog. The air was thick and fetid, damp with the stink of rot and brine. Candle adjusted his hood. If you could act that out. Just for the people listening, don't worry, but he did do it. A poor defense against the drizzle that had been falling since dusk. He hated this part of the world and the way the muck sucked at your boots, the way the mist seemed alive, curling and coiling like some pale, ghostly serpent.
This place stinks,
Candle muttered, his voice barely carrying above the squelching of his boots, his breath puffed in white clouds dissipating into the chill.
Everything stinks to you,
replied Lumen, her voice smooth with a slight rasp that Candle always thought made her sound like she smoked more than she actually did. Her red-orange skin gleamed faintly in the faint light of her lantern. I was going to say her lantern fire, but it's her lantern. A fire ganassi's glow, muted to ember here in the swamp's gloom.
No,
Candle said, gesturing at the bog with a dramatic flourish.
this especially stinks. Blackmane's worse, sure, but at least it's got pubs. This place, it's just frogs and the occasional dead body.
romantic, aren't you?
Lumen smirked, her golden eyes catching Candle's as she pulled her cloak tighter against the cold. Candle grinned, sharp and sly. He was a small figure, even for a gnome, with quick hands and quicker wit. His patchwork leathers and patched-up boots suggested he'd seen better days, or perhaps he just knew how to dress for worse ones. Candle's eyes gleamed beneath the brim of his hood, and alive with the spark of, the kind of spark that got people into trouble.
Romantic, yeah.
He said, his grin fading as he peered into the mist ahead.
So romantic, I sure hope Ginny's dragged us out here in the middle of nowhere in her little black dress.
Sly Ginny in a little black dress.
Lumen said, smiling to herself.
Now what a sight that would be to behold indeed.
A sight that won't do anything about this smell.
Candle replied. As if summoned by their conversation, the faint outline of a figure began to take shape in the mist. She stood by a leaning willow tree, its gnarled branches creaking softly in the wind, a lantern dangling from one hand, its light casting jagged shadows across the waterlogged ground. Sly Ginny was a slight and wiry, bundled in... From the top. Sly Ginny was slight and wiry, bundled in a patched coat that looked 2 sizes too big for her.
The street smelled of piss.
Her dark hair was a mess of tangles beneath the knitted cap, and her sharp, angular face bore the unmistakable mark of someone who had seen too much and cared too little. As the two approached, she leaned casually against the tree, her smirk as cold as the night air. "Candle, Lumen," Ginny said by way of greeting, her voice low and lazy. "You're late."
We're what?
Candle shot back.
What's your excuse?
Ginny's smirk widened. "Fair enough. Come closer. I've got a job for you, and it's one you'll want to hear about." Candle glanced at Lumen, who shrugged. Together they stepped closer to Ginny, the squelch of mud beneath their feet louder than it should have been. Candle's fingers brushed the hilt of his dagger out of habit, his instincts always primed for the worst, and perhaps that was why he missed it. The subtle shift in Ginny's gaze, the faint flicker of pity that crossed her sharp features as she looked at him. It was gone as quickly as it had been, from the top. It was gone as quickly as it had appeared, buried beneath her smirk, her usual bravado. "Big score tonight," Ginny said, as if the world wasn't about to collapse around them. And Candle, poor grinning Candle, had no idea that tonight would be his last.
What?
Candle said, shocked. "Wait, did you hear that?"
Yes, I heard that.
Candle said matter-of-factly, "But how?"
This is my story, right?
Candle said, crossing his arms and turning back to Sly Ginny as our story today begins again. How bizarre. Here we are once
try.
again,
First
back in the swamp, the bog, the cold sort of bog swamp outside of Blackmane. Welcome to Non-Canon, everybody, including Lumen. That's right.
What's up?
Audio listeners are unaware that there's another person here yet.
Hello, I am another person.
Yeah. This is the show in which we attempt to raise some money so that we can pay for all of the other Tablestory shows that you enjoy throughout the week, all of which have Stella Luna on at this point. Almost. But I'm going to force PB to just put you in something on Sunday for 5 minutes just so that you were in every show this week.
Sure, go for it. I'm free.
And yeah, this is the one where we try and make a little bit of cash, a little bit of money. As always, there are 2 bars on the left-hand side of the screen that tips will fill up randomly. If you send any sort of money to us via a tip, it will go, one of these bars at random will fill up, so the entire tip will go into either the dark bar or the light bar.
The entire tip.
They haven't unlocked it yet. It says that's why that's on there, because I you know. So at each thing there's a thing that will happen. For example, the first thing would be a potion. I feel like that isn't on it. I don't think you have earned a potion.
It did a poof. It did a poof.
It did a poof?
Yep.
All right.
And I can see the totals. It's the right number.
If you say so. You're like the guy in the Matrix who's sitting on the thing reading all the Matrix code and it means nothing to anyone watching it. Yeah, tank. Yes, tonight you can earn potions for the first time, but there is also the option, if you feel like subscribing or resubscribing, Friday's the day to do it, because it will count towards one of these characters getting an elixir as well. So I guess let's roll for a potion for you each. Each of you can roll me a d20. Gotta find my...
Can I roll this big die that I brought?
You absolutely can.
I have an 8.
I rolled a 15.
Okay.
Thank you for the tips, Fates.
I feel like my entire thing has crashed.
We need 500 gift subs so that Brad can buy a new D drive.
It could be the D drive, which really scares me because it will sometimes just pause the entire stream. Okay, here we go. Here it is.
A D drive?
God damn it.
Y'all are make this too easy.
You all are make this too easy, she said.
Yep.
Now, who got a 15?
I did.
Potion of Temporal Blink appears in your items. Allows the drinker to teleport 10 feet to an unoccupied space they can see as a bonus action once per turn for 1 minute. And what did Lumen get?
8.
8. The Potion of Stone Tongue. Allows the drinker to converse with rocks and stones for 1 hour. They may reveal trivial but amusing information.
Oh, that does something completely different than what I thought it would.
I know. You thought it was going to do something very, very different, but your brain is very unique in the way that it approaches
so
these
much,
things.
Brad.
You're welcome.
The nicest way to say neurodivergent ever.
I don't even know if that's what it is. She's just got a very unique approach to everything, I think. Which is why if enough money comes through on the light bar tips, one of the available things is that Stella will just straight up say something weird.
Yep.
You also get another potion, so go ahead and roll me another 2d20s. Thank you very much, people who are tipping, and
16.
welcome in. Thank you so much for the support. A 16. You say 11?
11.
Okay, 16 is the Potion of Ethereal Sight, which means you have the ability to see into the ethereal plane for 10 minutes. And
I'm sorry, that was for the 16?
That's
or
yours,
the
yeah.
11? Okay.
And then the 11 is the Potion of Swirling Colors. The drinker's skin shifts through a spectrum of colors for 8 hours, provides no mechanical benefits, but looks stunning. Rainbow skin.
Cosmetics.
So you're going to need to get real creative figuring out how that works. So, I have an extremely sore throat, by the way, which is why I keep clearing my throat and why my voice sounds like it's going like this a lot. I'm not trying to sound cool, and I'm not going, I'm uncomfortable because Stella made another dick joke. I promise. I swear. So, yeah, you guys stand on the outskirts of the city of Blackmane, the sort of city's silhouette looming over this misty swamp. It's cold though, so it's not like a humid swamp. It's got that kind of cold bog-like feel to it. The air here is very thick. There's a slight scent of decay. There's sort of distant croaks that echo through the gloom. And again, the sort of flickering lantern reveals a figure leaning against a twisted tree. Sly Ginny, sort of wiry-looking half-elf, very messy hair, very sharp eyes, very street-smart individual that both of you have probably worked with or known in some way before. Usually she's sort of smirking, but she's sort of, even when she's sort of serious, she's sort of got that smirk to her face. And she says, well, you've made it past the bog. Feels nice to get out of the city for a while, right?
I don't know if calling this place nice is a really good way to describe it.
Well, it is technically nature.
I guess. How many dead bodies do you think are in that bog over there?
Well, I know how many there are. At least. So probably triple that.
Did you happen to put any of them in there?
No, I don't get my hands dirty like that, love. Well, I hope you're ready for what's next. I've got a nice little job for you, if you're interested.
Yeah, what are you thinking here?
Either of you ever heard of Renard Fawn?
Yeah.
Well, I heard over at Madame Stillwell's that he's got a shiny little trinket worth more than both your heads combined.
What kind of trinket?
It's something called the Eye of Vizara. You ever heard of that?
Sounds familiar.
You can make
What do
me
you know about
history
it?
checks if you want.
Yes.
Yes.
22.
5.
Candle, never heard of it. Lumen, you have heard of it. Apparently, this is a relic that originates from another kingdom far away known as Falarin, an ancient item, a sort of crystalline amulet that is wrapped in mithril that shimmers with varying shifting colors. And it's supposed to be able to allow the attuned user some idea of foresight, allowing sort of glimpses into the future. It's from an extinct sort of elven dynasty known as the Vizara, but it apparently potentially carries a curse for anyone who's unworthy to hold it. It would be worth an astonishing amount of money if it was the real deal.
Ah, the Eye of Izara. Of course. That is the... It's a globe, right?
Not quite, Candle. I will go on to explain what it is in great detail. Say, I wonder how we should be handling this, Sly Ginny. Do you have any insight into how we can try to circumvent this curse that's rumored to be on it?
I ain't know nothing about curses, to be honest.
Curse.
Nah.
I mean, maybe you're just worthy and you'll be fine.
Oh, I am pretty worthy.
Alternatively, just keep it in a box or something. Like if you wrap it in lead or something, won't that stop the curse?
Oh, well, in that case, I think we'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Well, if you're up for it, there's the information. In exchange, though, here's the thing. I sort of have a buyer lined up, so maybe you can bring it straight back to me. I'll give you a decent price on it. You know I'm good for it.
Do I? What's a decent price?
Roll me, I guess, an investigation check.
19.
19. You don't know what this artifact is exactly, but based on what it sounds like this thing is, it would be worth a crazy amount of money. Probably at least 5,000 gold, but it definitely could sell for like 10 if you could find the right buyer. Ginny, however, is a fence, essentially, as much as she is a sort of information broker. And she does this kind of thing a lot, where she will bring you a piece of information, and in exchange, you go and get the thing and just bring it back to her to sell. It's much easier, it's quicker, and usually less dangerous, or there's less of a chance of you being caught by any sort of authorities that might be on your tail, or might be looking for it in hot product way for the next few weeks.
Okay, we can probably do that. Do we have any information about what to expect in terms of security?
I ain't know much about it, to be honest.
So
I mean,
basically what you know is this rich guy has a really expensive artifact.
well, this rich guy's got lots of expensive artifacts. He does a lot of auction stuff. I know where he lives, but he's got like guards. It's like a manor house. I think he's got like, basically he's got like a magic ward on the doors.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I have done a little bit of looking into it for you already. I know of a guard of his who's usually getting drunk in the pelted hair about now. Maybe you can go and chat him up. Figure out, passcodes. I don't know. Pay him off. Whatever it is you people do to sneak into these places. He's going to have more information than I've got anyway.
Oh. Pelted hair. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You alright?
What?
Anyway, it's up to you. You can head on over to Fawns if you want to just try and break in, or you can go and chat up this guard, see if you can figure out anything about how to break in easier. Whenever you're done with it, just come back to me. I'll either be at Stillwell's, or, well, tonight. Have you ever been to... She kind of like looks around, but you get the sense that it's a bit of an unconscious thing. She says, you ever been to the Eyes? And you can both roll me history checks.
26.
Damn.
18.
18. Yeah, whether you've been there or not, it's up to you. The Eyes is a place, it's like a subterranean part of the sewer system where all of the old sewers and the newer sewage systems all meet. It creates this, there's like a circular part where all of the passageways and the tunnels meet, and it creates this kind of strange looking sphere underground with lots of different holes and different areas where water would be running out of and things like that. They call it the Eyes because it kind of looks a bit like a beholder. There's this like a beholder with lots of different eyes in this big circular room, but essentially it's just a part of the sewer, and essentially you do know where it is. You'd be able to locate it pretty easily.
Yeah.
Familiar.
Regular roguish
So?
hangout. Yeah, I'll be down there till probably like daybreak.
Okay.
Otherwise, still
Fair
well.
enough. So, I'm gonna look up and see how much time that I think we have.
Yeah, it's a little after dusk.
All right, we got all night. I say we check out the pelted hair. I've been there before. A few times.
I'll follow your lead.
Good plan. All right, Jenny. We'll catch up with you later then.
Yeah, off you go. I've got another meeting in 5.
Yeah. Just make sure they don't end up in the bog.
No promises.
Let's go, Lumen.
All right. See you around, Ginny.
She nods. curtly, that smirk on her face as she does so. And the two of you leave. You both can roll me a d6 each, please. Here in the swamp.
I think we've also gotten ourselves a loot box.
You have.
3.
A 3 and a 4, okay. Alright, let's see. You both get a random item that you will stumble upon traveling back through these along this swampy road. It's one of those kind of roads that is partly planks of wood that are just muddy, and then just varying areas of like raised ground and dirt that are less swampish. But the trail it's wide, capable enough to sort of carry, a carriage would be able to move across it, but it feels so much like a kind of back alley roadway out of Blackmane. And as you're making your way through these swamps and back towards the main roads that would take you into Blackmane, I think you stumble upon a couple of discarded items here. And this is going to be a roll. The first item that you find is some fucking ring mail. Does anyone need ring mail? Is that good? What one's ring mail?
I think that's heavy armor. Yeah, that's heavy armor.
Yeah, neither of you probably can wear this, huh?
No.
You can
I'm
sell
gonna
it.
cram it in my bag.
You can sell it.
Oh.
No? You want to wear it
we're
anyway?
pulling it out of the bog at the same time, and we're both holding onto it. Hey, Candle. Why don't you
Yeah?
let me have this one?
Let you have? That
Oh, we're
doesn't sound
partners,
right.
aren't we? We share.
You gonna wear it?
No. Are you?
No. Does it look like it can fit in that?
Tug on it. I want it.
Do I see the other item on the ground?
Oh, wait, what is the other item?
Let's find out. A potion of animal friendship is just laying
I tug on it.
nearby.
I want this one. You can have the potion.
I will. Yeah, I'm going to definitely try and contest this.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you can both make me, I guess, contested athletics checks.
One!
Oh my
Natural one.
One from Candle. Yeah, how does this go? You explain to me.
I put my
yeah.
hand in your face and I just shove you off.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ah!
we take turns, right? It's the fair thing to do.
Oh, yeah. All about fairness. Fairness indeed. I'm gonna take out.
Look.
I'm gonna take out this little tiny book. I'm gonna look at you while I write something in it.
Is it black and does it say Death Note on the cover?
It's too small to see.
As he is
okay.
writing and scribbling away in this thing, you can pocket the potion of animal friendship if you want, Lumen.
We take both?
Yeah. Isn't that what
Okay.
was happening here?
Yep. No, that's what happens now.
Okay.
Yep.
What as we see Lumen pick this up, what are we looking at when we see Lumen? How do we see this character?
I am a 5'3" fire genasi. You can see that I have a pretty lean frame. I have wiry, wild hair that seems to randomly combust at times. And I have a complexion that is ever shifting with undertones of gold and orange and a crimson swirl at times. There is quite prominently emblazoned on my forehead some kind of sigil. It looks almost as if two triangles touching, but it's a bit difficult to determine what it is exactly. As for what I'm wearing some leather armor that has some fixed robes over it to obscure any things that might be on my person. I don't put the items into my backpack. Instead, I reach for a necklace around my throat. I pull out what appears to be a tiny miniature chest. And I touch it, I weave a sigil into the air, and a large hole opens up, and I throw the chainmail and the potion into the hole. Once I release the necklace, the hole disappears.
Nice. Yeah, a short while passes, not too long, but you guys are sort of moving and maneuvering along this cold, boggy swamp path, and you make your way back to what looks like more of a main roadway that would traverse through this area and heads back up towards the outskirts of Blackmane that has this kind of vague, run-down looking wall that runs around the capital city, and there's a pretty large gateway that you pass a couple of guards who don't seem to be even slightly bothered. Their job is less about monitoring who comes into the city and more about what. There are creatures and monsters and bog animals that will try and get in, and that's more their job than you. They pay you almost no attention, as, of course, you step into a city cloaked in a shroud of heavy fog. The chill biting at your skin, gas lamps flicker dimly, their light swallowed by the swirling mist. Cobblestone streets glisten with moisture, each footstep echoing softly into the gloom. The air carries the scent of coal, smoke, and damp stone, mingling with the distant murmur of unseen carriages and piss. Shadows shift in narrow alleys, and the silhouettes of bundled figures drift past. Heads bowed against the creeping cold. The world feels close, suffocating. Every breath visible. Every sound muffled by the ever-thickening fog.
Listen, everybody's got to have a hobby, okay?
All right.
A carriage trundles past in front of you. Nothing falls off of the back of it. But there's a kind of gruff-looking guy in a hood sitting at the front of it who glares at the two of you as you enter into the city. Shadowy figures looking at you from everywhere. He's definitely not hot, no. He's got like one eye is almost closed. He's missing like 3 teeth in the front of his mouth.
I glower back at him as he passes.
You've walked into a sort of very, imagine Victorian London in a swamp location. There's a sort of mist over everything. It's almost perpetually raining or drizzling. The temperatures are never comfortable. In the dead of summer, it's horrible and humid. In the cold of winter, it's just unbearably freezing. It's probably pretty chilly out tonight. And your plan is to do what? Are you going to the Pelted Hare, or are you going to try and go straight to the manor? All right. Let's see if you know where the Pelted Hare is. Roll me a D1.
I would like to use an ability that I have.
Yeah, I don't even. That's why I was going to get you to roll a D1. But go on then. What's the ability?
I have an ability. It is City Secrets. You know the secret patterns and flow through cities and can find passages through urban sprawl that others would miss. When you're not in combat, you can travel between any 2 locations in the city twice as fast as your speed would normally allow. So we're going through alleys and stuff, but I actually have to know where it is. So, what did you say I needed to roll?
A D1.
I'm sorry, a D1?
Yes, please. It's a formality. I need it. 1. You do know where it is. Yes, it is. It's a pretty dingy tavern in the lower city, but you've definitely been there before.
Yeah. Okay, come on, this way. It's way faster if we go this way.
All right.
Lumen, are you doing any of this bullshit, or are you just whispering things to me? Okay, I was like, are you doing this shit? You're just accidentally whispering things to me. That's fine. Yeah,
Brad,
slowly.
I really need you to read this message right now in the middle of the street. No.
Yeah, maybe if we get a lunch break, I'll read those messages. I would really like a lunch break. If only we could have one. You make your way through these alleyways, and it is like there's lots of twists and turns. These aren't just like gridded cities. This place was built in a way that just felt like they built from like one little road, and then on top of it another one, and then another one that came around this one, and then it kind of becomes this strange maze of alleyways, intersections, larger roads, smaller roads, more alleyways. Eventually you come out onto a pretty sort of grimy looking lower city road. There is a set of terraced houses, and one of those terraced houses is clearly a tavern. The lower floor, a thin looking building, but the lower floor resonates with this kind of tavern energy. It's lit up. There's a sign that is just completely worn away with wear and tear, and a door that is kind of slightly open. There's the sound of music and people coming from inside. This is the Pelted Hare.
Just be on your guard in this place. People don't like to fuck around.
Shame, but I'll be right behind you.
You head on in. As you head into this place, it is again like a pretty rundown looking tavern. It's pretty noisy. There's quite a few people jam-packed into this small, thin building, this lower floor of this building. It is relatively narrow, but it's long. She didn't pick up on that one. Okay. I paused on purpose.
I had to adjust my desk fan because it's so hot in here.
That's because I said it's very thin and long. As I think, Lumen, you said you're like 5'8". Did you say?
No, I'm 5'3".
Lumen is 5'3".
Yes.
Okay.
Stella is 5'8".
You are not 5'8".
I'm 5'8", bro.
Yes, you're taller than Orcish. That's my only thing. I want to know how tall everyone is for, by the way, whether they are or not taller than Orcish. Yeah, so you step into this, you're actually fine. It has quite a low ceiling. There are wooden beams that are sagging with age as well. There's an almost instability to the upper floor, as if this whole thing could cave in on itself at any moment. It smells of sort of stale beer, ale, unwashed bodies. There's a sort of full-blooded and very large-looking orc playing on this sort of strange. It's like a piano, but it really isn't. It only has a few keys to it, and it's much smaller and compact. It looks more like, what are those things? An accordion. It looks like that kind of size thing, but it's sat down on top of a table, playing this kind of strange and interesting music that sort of runs through the length of this thing.
Music.
It is very odd, for it doesn't sound like the style that you usually come to expect in the, especially in the lower city of Blackmane. He's probably a traveler from some far off place. He's clearly trying to lift the sullen atmosphere of this place, but as you step in, it feels very much like everyone in here is probably of a shiftier type. You probably fit in well, but just to give you the idea, it is a bit of a hive of scum and villainy. Yeah, what do you do next as you start moving through some of these people?
Okay. We need to find that guard. Gonna grab a table. Gonna head to the one in the corner, if it's open.
Roll me a D2.
Ooh.
There is a table that is open. There are 3 stalls, 2 of which are covered in some form of liquid. The stools are wet. Could be piss.
I'll go get us some drinks. Why don't you go hold up the table?
Why would I hold up a table? That seems weird.
Ugh. I saunter over towards the bar.
I'll be at the table.
Yeah, we follow Lumen as you head over towards the bar. There is, it's kind of jam-packed. There is no easy way to sort of access the bar. What do? There's just lots of backs of people.
I will like to raise my internal temperature to make the immediate area around me sweltering hot. And just literally push my way through.
I think, yeah, that works pretty well. There's like, it takes a moment as you kind of stand there getting warmer and warmer and hotter. Then eventually, like, there are two sort of human men that are just clearly just ignoring anything happening around them for a moment before they look at each other and then they turn back to you, grabbing at their arms. Oh, you all right, love? You all right?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you've got to be careful with that. We're going to move over. Let's get over here. Come on, Simon, come on. And they kind of make a little room. They're clearly just trying to get away from you and freaked out by you as you step up.
Hello, can I get some drinks and service over here?
There's a very thin-looking, half-elven woman. She has like kind of her hair is pulled back into a really tight ponytail. It's kind of lifting the top of her eyebrows up a little bit. Her face is plastered in just what looks like very cheap kind of like makeups and things. She's wearing a full like push-up bra situation with a little strap top on and an apron over the top of it that's covered in like grease and things. She pushes 2 mugs of ale towards 2 unsightly looking dragonborn. They look like full on, like one of them's missing an eye with a scar over it from top to bottom over the missing eye. They both kind of have a bunch of weapons on them and things that look like kind of mercenaries. And then she turns to you and says, all right, love, what can I get ya?
I'll have a wine and a beer.
Ain't got no wine.
All right, make that 2 beer then.
All right. We've got 2 types of beer. Clean and not clean.
Clean.
Hey, you know it costs more.
Fine.
All right. She pushes these 2 clean beers towards you. You can make me a perception check if you want.
Pick it up and I look at it. I literally almost shove my eyeball into it.
Yeah.
19.
Disgusting. This looks like stale, dirty beer. She says, 1 silver.
What is this?
Clean
Is it
beer.
Clean? Look. And I pull a chunk out of it.
Oh,
What
right,
are
yeah,
you
no, them
trying
ones
to
ain't
sell
clean.
me?
No, you're right. She like takes the 2 mugs back and she reaches under the bar and pulls out 2 tankards, pushes them towards you, and inside the beer does look a little cleaner. It's not like, it's probably the best they can offer in this place, but it's slightly cleaner.
I stick my finger in one of them, swirl around, see if my finger pulls any kind of viscous anything out of it.
No viscous, but kind of a murky, stale-looking flat beer.
This'll do. And I drop the coins onto the bar.
Thanks, love. Anything else?
Hey, yeah. I pull out another silver and I hold it between my fingers. You know anything about a guard that frequents this place?
Look around you, love. Half of them in here are guards. What type of guard? Town guard?
Yeah, someone that might occasionally be hired to do some housework.
House guard? Whose house?
I say the name of the person that Lumen remembers that Stella doesn't.
Yeah. Renard Thorn was the name. Right in here.
Thorn House.
Make me a persuasion check.
I don't want to. 22. It's fine. I wanted to.
She kind of looks back and forth. She glances at a few of the
Oh,
patrons
that's a
that
natural
are
20.
nearby. Natural 20. She glances at a couple of the patrons nearby and says, I think it's Brannock, maybe. At the end of the bar, kind of, he looks like he's sort of half asleep. As you glance down to the end of the bar, there's a guy literally laying on the bar. He's got 2 or 3 tankards around him and one sort of little shot glass looking thing in front of him. And even though his eyes are sort of half lidded and he's drooling directly onto the bar.
Okay.
I think he might work for Thorn. She holds her hand up.
Thanks, sweetie. And I'll pass over the coin.
You're welcome, love. Anything else?
That'll be all. Have a nice day.
All right, you too. Yeah, what
I
can I get you,
take
love?
the beer over to Candle, and the one that I swirled my finger in, I push it over towards Candle.
Okay.
Hands are mostly clean.
All right, thanks. What'd you find out?
Brannick is the target that we're looking for here. He seems to be the one that's half asleep at the bar. It was the cleanest that they could give. I think because I stuck my finger in it, it's kind of warm.
Oh, well. I've had worse, trust me.
How about you go speak to Brannick?
Brannick? Who's that? Is that the guard?
Mm-hmm. Right over there.
Brannick. 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 Some work for
I can
Brannick.
see that you're thinking. What are you thinking?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. That one over there, right?
Mm-hmm. That one right there.
Okay. I'm gonna walk on over to Brannick, and then I'm gonna wait for an opportune moment to do a little pickpocketing.
Yeah, okay. Make me a perception or an investigation check, I guess.
23 investigation.
An opportune moment. Are you going after Brannick, or are you just trying to pickpocket a bunch of people as you wander through the bar?
Pickpocketing Brannick.
I mean, the opportune moment is that he is just entirely by himself,
Right.
half asleep at this bar, drunk off his ass. You can basically just...
Yeah, the idea here is to, make sure he's asleep before I am doing that. And then I will, I guess I'll put my back to the bar and sort of use my right hand to do that while I look like I'm just leaning against the bar.
Yeah, make me a sleight of hand check.
14. You know what? Hold on.
Yeah.
Can I say that I'm watching
Um,
Candle? Can I see Candle doing this?
I think you'll have to make me a perception check with disadvantage, because I'm assuming sleight of hand is he's doing it quietly, and also you're in a very crowded bar and he's walked away from you.
Okay.
We'll just leave it to chance.
All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can actually even use this real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you want some help with this?
Oh, well, I got a 14, so yeah, if you're helping, that'll be great.
I don't see shit. I
Can't
got
see
a
shit.
6.
There's just too many people in the way. It's a busy bar on a Friday night, you know.
I'm distracted by this haunting music. It's so different and interesting.
So I'm gonna try to pickpocket. I got a 14.
Okay, yeah, you're not doing anything else.
No, I don't have any other special abilities here.
You sort of reach into his pocket, and you pull out a set of keys. You recognize there's a second set of keys in his pocket along with this ring of keys. There's this ring of keys that's got 4 keys on it, and you feel it sort of loosen a second ring of keys in there as well. But you successfully take this first set of keys.
Yoink. Gonna pocket those. And then, I'm gonna sort of, is there another stool available next to him?
Roll me a D2. Friday night at the bar.
1.
Nope.
Okay. Then I think what I'll do is, I have on me. Okay. Could do that. That would be funny. I am going to wait for an opportune time to just a little bit of poison in the person's drink that's sat down next to Brannick.
Okay.
I have a poisoner's kit on me.
Yes, you do. I guess, again, just roll me a sleight of hand check.
Sure.
What type of poison?
Probably like a food poisoning kind of situation.
Okay.
It's or it's some kind of laxative.
Yeah.
A 15.
Yeah. You sort of do, you lean back a little, sprinkle something in that drink. He kind of like looks around. He's just chatting with his friends. So that's when I said to her, you know, I'm like basically like really strong. I don't look it, but I am. He grabs his tankard, drinks a big swig, puts it back down. And anyway, that's the other thing. When you work as hard as I do, when you work as when you hang on a minute, lads. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah. You can hear his stomach going. A couple of his friends. Where you going, Johnny? Hey, Johnny, where you going? And he runs towards the back of the tavern. There's like a door that you can see at the back that clearly leads out into the alleyway. He just vanishes out of that.
Hop on the stool.
Lumen.
What?
On the table next to you, there is a maybe 21-year-old human boy. He's got a little tuft of hair on the bottom of his chin, 3 or 4 hairs on his upper lip, big nose, big spot on the front of it, who turns to you and says, "Excuse me,
What?
I just wanted to let you know, right, and I don't mean nothing by it or anything like that. I just think that this is the thing. It ain't nothing like, the thing is, I just wanted to tell you something. I feel like I should tell you. It ain't like, I ain't trying nothing on, but I wanted to let you know. I think you're really beautiful, you are."
Thank you.
Just wondering if you got a husband.
Sorry, I'm a lesbian.
I've got a really nice job.
I'm so thirsty. Could you get me a drink? or
Yeah, I'll do that.
something?
Yeah, what do you drink?
Wine.
I'll get you one. He gets up, stumbles away from the table and heads over to the bar.
Jesus Christ.
Back at the bar.
Jesus canonically exists now.
Or Jesus Christ.
My bad.
No, in all of my campaigns is a thing that people can exclaim. There is always a character known as Jesus Christ in every setting I ever run. We don't know who they are,
Yeah.
but it is a...
Maybe in Aboleth, we're not sure. Yeah.
In Talanis, in the Seventh Eon campaign, it was almost certainly an Aboleth.
Did you ever see the Preacher? Did you ever see the Preacher series?
Yes.
No.
It's Humperdew.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Googling this. Preacher Humper what?
Humperdew.
Humperdew. So, back at the other side of the bar. Well, I think we follow this young man up to the bar and he can't get through. There's like lots of backs of bigger, stronger looking, gruff individuals. I need to get to the bar to get a wine. And he's not able to get through. The camera pans down the line, eventually coming to Candle, who I'm guessing is sort of shifting his way up into the chair.
I will sort of I will probably look like I'm trying to order a drink, and then I will I will try to swipe some more stuff from Brannick.
Yeah, give me another sleight of hand check. That's him. I remember that one. Wasn't he a clone
29.
or something? 29. Yeah, you get the other set of keys.
Yeah, swipe those.
Yeah, 2 sets of keys.
And then I think what I'll do is, I'm gonna lean over towards Brannick and get close to his ear and say, Brannick!
I'm gonna make him roll a Constitution saving throw. Wow, a 3. I think he falls off the chair. He rolls backwards, hits the ground, and you know what? I'm gonna see if he hurts himself. A 12. I mean, he just lands awkwardly, rolls over. There's a few people nearby that laugh. A few, way. He rolls over and looks up at you from the ground. As you look him over, he's clearly in some sort of uniform. It looks like sort of a typical night watchman outfit. It's sort of leathered, and there's a print on the left breast that is an upside down rose with some thorns coming off of the outside of the rose. And as he's looking up at you, he says, "Fucking hell! You scared the shit out of me. Why'd you do that?"
Wouldn't be the first time tonight.
Oh.
Wakey, wakey.
He sort of attempts to right himself. You see him sort of stumble a moment, and then he pulls himself up, eventually dragging himself back up to the bar. He's beyond drunk, it seems like to you, and he sort of sits back into the stall and says, "Anyway, how you doing there, mate? It's been a while, hasn't it, eh? What's your name again?"
Yeah, it has. I'm Johnny.
All right, Johnny. Yeah, all right. Well, let's get some drinks in then. Let's have a round, shall we?
You know what? I got a better idea.
Yeah.
Brannick, you know, I heard that this place has a back room.
That's it.
That's right. You know what they do sometimes in the back room?
I don't know if I want to know, really, do I?
That depends. You want to find out?
He falls asleep a little bit and then kind of comes back to, "What's that then? When?"
Right now.
"Oh, what are we doing?"
We're going to the back room.
All
Got
right.
more booze back there. The good stuff.
"Oh, all right then. Go on, lead on then." He sort of falls out of the stall again, but keeps his balance,
Come on, buddy.
looking around himself.
Yep, come on.
Lumen, make me a perception check.
All right. 21.
You see the commotion as this guy falls out of his chair. I think your attention is drawn to it because you think maybe something's happening with Candle, like there could be a fight breaking out. But it's just a drunk guy lands on the ground. A few seconds later, Candle is like leading him out of the sort of rear of the tavern.
Whoa!
Whoa!
The fates have been generous.
The fates have unlocked you a few things. Now, the first thing on there that you've got is a magic item. You also become exalted, but it's now time for Stella to say something weird.
Time for Stella to say something weird. Oh man, I'm so nervous.
Pressure's on.
This is the worst position ever to be put in. It is the worst.
Where's this come from? Holy shit. Is everyone looking at me right now?
Yep.
Why?
The show has stopped entirely until you say something weird.
Cut the music. Everybody be silent. Everybody just stare and wait.
Okay. So I wanted to be a teacher growing up, and in second grade, I learned at the end of the year, I think it was second grade, I learned multiplication tables early. And I came home over the summer and I was so excited about this. I sat my sister down and I was like, I'm gonna teach you how to fucking multiply. And she kept adding all the numbers instead of multiplying because she's younger than me. She's a baby. I was like, fucking dumb baby. And I gave up. And I decided that I was gonna become a firefighter. And that never happened either. And now I've just, I stream. Hi. Yup.
Thanks, Stella.
Well, I kind of already said what I wanted to say before the stream, but I'll say it to everyone here too. The weirdest place.
Oh, God.
Oh, no!
Am I allowed to say that? Do you think
If
it's
you
too
want.
much?
You can if you want. It's up to you.
Okay.
You don't have to. It's up to you, though.
No, it's fine. I really don't care. I just don't want, like, okay. The weirdest place I ever had fun times with people.
What does that mean?
Like
Like play D&D?
Yeah,
of
the
course.
weirdest place
Read
I ever
books together.
played D&D
Right.
was in an abandoned burned down house.
There you go, everyone.
Yep.
Have you ever played D&D in a abandoned
Is that what
burned
we're
down
doing right
house?
now? We're playing D&D right now?
Now we've
Is
all
this
played D&D
foreplay?
with each other.
Ooh. This is weird ass foreplay, y'all.
My body count went up an insane amount then. I've DM'd for so many people over the years. I've played in so many campaigns.
Yeah.
Yes, finally. A higher number than 0.
Congratulations,
Okay.
you're not a
Thank you.
virgin anymore.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I was waiting 2 more years so I could do that movie, the 40-year-old D&D player. All right, Here we go. It is time for a magic item. You get one each.
Ooh.
Courtesy of the Fates. Thank you, Fates. They're called
Thank
the
you,
Fates on this
Fates.
show. Stella.
Thank you. 감사합니다.
There you go.
That's Korean. That's not racist. I'm Korean.
No, you're not. You're a fire ganassi.
Oh shit.
You
Wait,
screwed up big time.
I'm just gonna canonically just talk in Korean for the rest of the episode.
That's just how the fire ganassi language sounds.
Nah.
One of you gets a cap of water breathing. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it just means you can breathe underwater. Might come in handy. Can a fire
grab that.
ganassi go underwater?
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay.
Yoink.
Which means the other one gets a frost of potion giant strength was what I was about to say.
Ooh. Okay.
That's what you got.
That can be handy.
That might be handy for you, yeah.
Yeah, when I want to play D&D in an abandoned house. That's absolutely handy.
You are also exalted, so this is a thing where you get a little boon for a random boon here, and it is a D. Why does this keep crashing on me today? It's like it just
We
stops.
need 500 gift subs for a new D drive for Brad.
Yeah, I don't know if it is my D drive. I think it's because I'm using Chrome. Roll me a D30, each of you.
Maybe you're just not using your D drive correctly.
17.
Stop saying D drive around Stella. She can't help
D
herself.
drive.
She has to say something weird. We did this. All right, 17. Luckily, it crashed here. I think... No, you don't have this. I think Navara has this. The Unyielding Spirit. You have advantage on saving throws against fear effects. I would copy and paste it for you into our group, but I can't do anything.
Whack, can you type it? I have on fake nails, so I can't actually type anything.
This is
right
just
now.
Candle has this. This is not what.
Oh, okay.
This is not what you've got.
Yielding spirit, you said?
Unyielding Spirit. You have advantage on saving throws
Yep,
against
I got it.
fear effects. I wonder if I just open it
I did
again.
a search for the old one.
That did work. And then, so this is what Lumen has. Veil of Tranquility. Sleeping near you gives allies advantage on saving throws against nightmares or fear-based magical effects, which is really weird that you both got fear-based things. but you have the Veil of Tranquility.
Hmm.
So this is just like mini feats, little boons that you get from the thing. And now I really need to write something that does fear-based things into this session.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. You, Lumen, see Candle leading this this night watchman away from the bar. Do you stay where you are? Are you following? Are you doing anything about it?
Oh, I absolutely follow.
Okay.
Make my way over there as directly as possible.
Yeah, Candle's leading this guy back to a back room here. Now, Candle, do you know if there is a back room in this tavern?
Of course I do.
All right. Roll me a d4. I'm guessing you're just going to open a random one of the 4 doors here.
Correct. 3.
3. You open a door on a room full of kegs and barrels and bottles of wine everywhere, Lumen. There's whiskey. There's all these varying
There's
different...
wine?
Yeah, there's loads of kegs.
Oh, that
There's
bitch.
every different type of alcohol that you can imagine in here in varying different ways. As you open it, however, Candle, there's a rough-looking human who... He's sitting on the far end of the bar near where these doors would be, who says, "Oi! Stay out of there!"
I will turn towards them. Say, hang on a second, Brannick. Walk on over. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. You ain't going in there. You don't work here.
I'm trying to do some work here.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who am I? I'm Johnny. How do you not know who I am?
Okay. Why are you going in the back storeroom?
Because I need to have a chat here with my friend.
Okay, you can do it out here.
I could do it out here, but it's going to work way better if I do it in the back.
No, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to pilfer my wares.
Pilfer, you're... Sir, I am affronted at the accusation that I would do such a thing. Really? Me? Steal? Pilfer? Plunder? Never.
Roll me a d20 and roll over a 10.
15.
Okay. If it was under a 10, there was going to be a wanted poster for you on the wall behind him. He says,
Listen, I know what you're up to, okay? Close that door. If you want to have a chat with someone, you can do it in the back. Not in that back door. In that back door.
and he points to the alleyway. There's an open door that leads into the alley.
Oh, the alley might work. And I'm gonna walk up to this gentleman. I'm gonna say, "I'm sorry, I didn't get your name." Stick out my hand.
The guy in the bar?
You're the guy that told me not to go back there.
Yeah. He says,
The name's PP.
holds out his hand. It's huge. He's a big-looking, rough-looking human man.
Yeah.
Kind of
You're about
old,
to touch
probably in
his
his
pee-pee
60s.
hand.
As I reach out to shake his hand, I'm going to... I think what we'll do here is... That would be funny. Yeah, I'm going to, I'm gonna look like I shake his hand, except I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna make it look like bugs are crawling all over his hand as he goes to shake mine. I'm gonna make it look like bugs are crawling all over his hand, and they're starting to crawl, like, up into his clothing. Whoa! Oh! Ooh! Oh,
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Oh my god! I've never seen that kind of a bug before!
He's not this dumb, though, so I'm going to roll an investigation check for him. Is that what it is? What is it? What number does he have to beat? What's your spell
It's an
save?
intellect check. It's not high. It's a...
Got a 16.
oh, yeah, he beats it.
He says, Oh yeah, what is that? Get out of here! Go on and don't show your mug in me pub again. Get out!
There's a few people that stand up nearby that immediately, as soon as this guy starts getting rowdy, they kind of stand up and look this way as well.
Yeah. I will. Sorry. Just a little joke.
Yeah,
just a little
clear
joke
off,
from
you
a little
thieving
guy.
gnome. Go on. Don't make me stand up.
No, that is a terrible, terrible. I am absolutely affronted, sir. And I will say, you know what? I am sorry that I offended you. And I will take out a gold piece. And I will flick it up in the air with my thumb.
Yeah, it flicks up into the air. He doesn't catch it or anything.
All yours.
It just lands on the ground. He's just looking down at you from his stall at the end of the bar.
I'll just pick up the gold coin and say, okay.
You go and get
I'll
out.
say, come on, Brannick.
Brannock is leaning kind of awkwardly against one of the walls, and he's doing that thing, you know, when someone's like so drunk that they look like they're almost about to throw up, and they're just like kind of like starting to get a little pale. He's leaning against this doorway. Lumen, you're sort of stood near him during this. Candle's having a fight with the owner of the tavern. Brannock looks over when you say, come on, Brannock, and he says, all right, we're gonna... Where are we going then?
Oh, we don't want you to make a mess here. You know, we're getting even more upset.
I'm gonna
Can you
make
help
a
me
mess.
Get this guy out. He's gonna puke everywhere.
Where do you think we're going? Who are you? Where did
I've
you
got
come
this.
from then? You're very pretty.
Yeah, shut up. And I'll begin to weave sigils in the air, and I pull out from my pouch what appears to be silvery dust, and I blow it over Brannick, and I'm going to attempt to reduce him.
Okay. Which one?
Sorry, reduce.
You're gonna shrink him?
Yeah, I'm gonna shrink it. Why
a
would I
con
make
save?
it bigger?
I don't know. I don't know what.
Comedy.
I don't know what. I don't trust anything that you're doing. 7.
Oh, good. All right,
7
so
is a fail. So.
yeah, he begins to shrink, and in the moment that I imagine, in the confusion I imagine of feeling like you are getting smaller, I am going to again reach into my robe, pull out that necklace, touch it, open a black hole, and shove him into the black hole.
Oh, fucking
then I
hell.
will-
Oh, God. What's happened to me? Why do I...
Close it, and I follow Candle. Let's find somewhere more private then.
What did you just do? Did you kill him?
He's fine for... I actually don't know how long.
I don't know if he's fine. I don't know. What was this thing you're doing again? Was it one of the things you whispered me?
Quick. No,
Come on, let's go into the alley.
Do you want to just tell us all, or do you want it to remain a secret? Do you know, it's fun that it's a secret.
It's
Let's
more-
find out later.
Yeah. I'll tell you later. I'll
Yeah.
tell you during our lunch break.
Oh, if only we had a lunch break coming up. The pre-prepared lunch break that I really would like to
have-
happen now.
Chaotic ensemble of food on my desk. In fact, I don't know if I'm supposed to keep this out this long. Oh well, it'll be fine.
And my food is rotting too.
Yeah, I follow Candle.
All right.
A nail just popped off.
Yeah, you head out into the alleyway, and it leads into a set of back alleys. It's a little wider than your classic kind of alleyways that you might find in London. These like thin little alleyways. It's a larger alleyway, but it is still a dark, dingy alleyway. At one end, you can see the road that you came in on, but it leads and twists further into kind of darkness. There's some lamps that light the roads, but if you're in one of these alleyways and you go deep enough down them, it gets real dark down some of them, and it's pretty dingy down here. There's something kind of runs away from you as you step into the alleyway. Might have been like a black cat, could have been any number of weird things. What are you doing? Are you heading? Where are you headed?
Well, I'm just taking him out into the alley, and
He's
probably
not
get
there
him a
anymore.
Yeah. I meant Lumen. and we go out into the alley and say, "Okay, can you pop him out again? What did you do?"
Yeah. Don't ask questions that you don't want the answers to. And I make a hole. I reach into it and I fish around to try to find him. And I yank him out and throw him out onto the ground.
All right. Now, first of all, how long does enlarge reduce last? I'm going to say forever.
1 minute.
Oh, okay. I was going to leave it permanently.
God, hold on. This might be a problem.
Now, the second thing is, where did you send him? What is this ability that you have? And also, I think you get... Have we done that second loot box? No. I think 2 other things fall out as you pull him free of this thing. But first, let's see if he's alive. So what is the...
No, he's super dead.
Is he dead? What did you... Where did you send him and what did you just do?
I forgot it only lasts 1 minute because I've never used this outside of combat.
Oh, wow.
So I reach into this hole and I try to pull him out, but unfortunately the whole hole is all of him. He fills up the entire hole.
Okay, so he's just
stuck
and broken and his bones are all twisted and his neck's twisted round? Or is he alive?
You tell me.
Well, where did you send him?
Okay, I put him into a 12 cubic foot space.
12 cubic.
Just 3 by 2 by 2 feet.
Oh.
Which is a tight squeeze for a small person.
Yeah, he's like a pretty average. He's like a 5'10" human, and he's pretty weighty as well. So, whack.
I pull a corpse out and I throw it onto the ground.
I defer to science.
Oh, broken bones.
Broken bones
I mean,
minimum.
Yeah, minimum.
Let's roll for it then. Roll me a D20. If it's under 10, he's dead. If it's above 10, he's broken bones.
I don't know if I want him to be alive at that point. Oh, I'll roll this on stream.
If it's a 20, he has no broken bones. If it's a 1, he is a perfect, like, smushed cube like they do to cars.
17.
He's alive. He falls out of this hole. He's clearly, like, destroyed. Like, his arms are twisted backwards around like Peter Griffin when he falls down the stairs. And he's like, his leg is like twisted fully around, like, backwards. Ooh. His neck is like jammed into his shoulder. He's like struggling to breathe. Just constantly screaming.
I'm gonna uncork a potion of healing.
Yeah.
And just sort of pour it
on him.
Yeah.
I don't know if this would even work at this point. I don't know if a potion of healing would work in this state.
It's very rare
on
that
him, and I imagine he's kind of grown around that chainmail I found earlier. I'm going to try to pry it off him and then put it back into the hole.
Yeah, the ringmail is like jammed into him. Like you have to like
his skin. I
his
basically
skin is all-
peel it off of him and then I throw it back in the hole. I need that for later.
Oh God! Why did you do that? Oh yeah. Crying.
now you've met my enforcer, Branagh.
Roll me medicine checks. 2 other items are in there as well. Let me do that.
I'm not gonna roll a medicine check because I don't care.
All right.
I rolled an 11.
Okay, he's probably gonna die soon, Candle.
Yeah. Gotta get out the information quick.
A hand crossbow is in there as well. That falls out with the ringmail, as well as some brewer's supplies.
Wait, if they fell out of my bag, I'm gonna put them. I mean, my hole. I'm gonna put.
They did fall
I'm
out of your
gonna
hole.
I will immediately try to grab the crossbow.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna. I raise my magic fingers at you. Don't touch that.
He's already got it. If you don't immediately go for it, Candle's swiped it.
It's just a blur.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I'm good at.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll to see if I saw that.
Yeah, roll me a perception check. And then roll me
13.
a sleight of hand check. Candle.
32.
Oh, I didn't see
Fucking hell.
shit.
That was a
Yeah,
natural
I-
20.
Damn.
I'm too busy peeling the ring mail, and
Yeah.
I just throw the ring mail back in there.
Yeah, you see some brewer's supplies in there as you do so. Brannock is all twisted up in this alleyway, completely messed up, screaming, "Please, I don't know who you are, what you want from me, please, don't hurt me no more."
Oh, we won't hurt you no more. All you gotta do is tell us about the Eye of Vizara.
What the fuck is that? I never heard
Renard
of it.
Thorn! You work for him!
Phone, yeah.
Yeah! Where does he keep his artifacts?
I don't know, in the safe, probably, in his office.
And how do you get into the safe?
You gotta get in the house.
Yeah? And what about the safe?
Well, the safe's in his office.
And how do you get into the safe?
You need the passwords or numbers or whatever.
And what's that?
I don't know. You think he tells me?
Shove him back
Who
in the
would
hole.
know?
Oh, I don't know. I swear, I got keys. I got keys that'll let you in. They'll let you in
Do
the.
you?
They'll let you in the
You got
office.
keys?
Yeah, I got keys in
Take 'em
my
out.
pocket. I can't move my body. I'm dying. Please.
I've got this, boss.
My hands
And
and my bones are all broken, all of them.
I'll cast
I'm a
Mage
puddle.
Hand.
I'm a puddle of broken bones and flesh.
I cast Mage Hand, and it looks like Calcifer from Hallow's Moving Castle, as if it was hand shaped.
Yeah.
It begins to like kind of trying to search around in the pockets.
Yeah, there's no keys in his pockets.
There's no keys in the
Seems like
pockets.
you were lying.
I ain't lying. They must have fallen out when you were breaking all my bones.
What else can you tell us? We need some interesting information. Maybe we'll save you.
What are you trying to do? Get into his office?
Oh, yeah. We're trying to break in, and we want that Eye of Vizara.
Oh, you just need to get through the front door. It's easy.
I want to see if I believe him.
Yeah, roll me an insight check.
I don't care.
He
so I'm not going
burps
to
and,
try.
and coughs up blood. It's just a deep, dark red
Man.
blood falls out.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It's sort of hard to tell whether he's telling the truth because he's dying and screaming and terrified. So I'm not sure if you really know whether he's
Yeah.
telling the truth
Okay.
here. He'd probably
So
just tell
got
you
the
anything.
door, you got the office, you got the safe in the office.
Yeah, there's a wall, a magic wall on the front door.
And how do you get past that?
You just need to look like one of the guards. Make your face look like one of the guards and say the magic word.
I'm gonna get really close, right up to his face. And what's the magic word?
It's
Pour an elixir into his mouth.
That's delicious. That is. That's really nice. All my bones and lungs feel better already. Oh, his arms and like legs start to twist back around into shape as he's kind of rolling around. Oh,
As this is happening, I've just got like a dagger ready, like just kind of like casually pointing it at him.
he like his bones all fit. His head twists around Exorcist style back around to where it's supposed to be. His arms and ribs all pop back into place, and he takes a breath for the first time in a little while. And then immediately, like his throat comes back around, and there's the point of a knife in it. Oh, please don't hurt me.
I'm looking really close into his eyes, and I say, "Yeah, you don't want that to happen again, do you?
No,
We could
please.
just
I'll do
stay
anything.
here all night,
I'll do anything.
throwing you into the hole, taking you out,
No, don't do
giving
that.
you another healing potion.
I'll do anything. What do you want the word?
What's the word?
It's Quambambo.
Corn Bambo?
Quambambo.
Quambambo.
Guam Bambo?
Yeah, he pisses himself.
Yes.
All right, Brannock. Maybe you'll live to see another day.
Listen, Johnny, whatever I done to you, I won't tell a soul about it. I promise I won't tell no one what you look like or nothing.
That's good. That's real good. Brannick, remember, if I ever hear about you saying anything about me, we'll be back.
I ain't never gonna say nothing about you. Nothing. I don't even know your name. Don't know your name. Johnny, who's Johnny? I ain't never met a Johnny in my life.
That's right.
Can
Come
I
on.
go away now?
Let's get out of here. We got what we needed.
Oh. He like leans against the wall and falls down, slides down the thing.
Stop pissing yourself.
I can't. I'm
I
terrified.
leave.
And I've also drank quite a lot tonight. I'm surprised I didn't piss myself when he almost turned me into a cube of flesh. I think the pressure was keeping it in on, I think my pelvic bone
Talking to himself now.
blocked my bladder a bit as you, and yeah, you're walking with bladders. Yeah, where do you go next after doing this? One of the most horrifying things I've ever seen witnessed in D&D.
It was a mistake. Don't fuck with magic, y'all. Can you imagine?
Perfect.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I say, okay. So, here's what we know. There's other guards. We have to dress like a guard. I got that covered for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh. She just vanishes.
I have to fix my wig. It's pissing me off.
She disappears. What do you do?
I'm like.
I will, I
I'm
will.
like, I don't
say,
get paid enough for this shit.
See ya.
I got that covered for me. So I can I can look like a guard. I can say the word. We can get into the front door. The problem's gonna be whatever's inside. We don't know what we're dealing with inside. We got at least an office that we have to find. Then we have to get into the safe, and it could be any bunch of numbers.
Oh. I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve.
Okay. You have a way to get past the guards?
Do.
All right. Well, then let's go. We're gonna try and get there, after night falls. Because I know you said it was dusk. I don't know if night is actually falling yet.
Yeah, I just realized this didn't change for you guys when we came into the town. Do you know I actually had this prepared last time you came to this tavern as well and still didn't do this?
Oh.
Wow.
How
Yeah.
atmospheric.
That would have been really cool.
Would have been useful,
We
wouldn't
left.
it?
We're not even
immersive.
there anymore.
Helpful.
Would have been slightly. I had one job basically to do up here. Well,
Good old one job, Brad.
old one job they call him. Man, you know what it is? I think it's because I'm so hungry. Oh, I'm so
If only we were able to take some sort
hungry.
of lunch break.
I can barely think straight. My blood sugar's so low. I can barely GM. If only I was able to have
Brad
some sort of.
wants to put something in his mouth.
Oh, if only I could put something in my mouth on my lunch
Oh.
break.
Hmm.
You are going to attempt to head towards Thorn's Manor. Do you know where it is?
Very smart. I lived here my whole life.
Hmm.
I have an
So,
inkling
yes,
of
I
where
know
it is.
where it is.
Oh, where is it?
That way.
It's that way. All right. So you guys go that way. Moving probably the same way that Candor maneuvered through the city previously, predominantly using alleyways and shortcuts to maneuver through the dingy lower city. Once you make it to the inner city, the sort of the central parts of Blackmane, you come into a much more noble-looking neighborhood. There are individual houses here rather than the built-up terraced parts of the town. There are manors and houses, little kind of cottages that have their own grounds and things. It's still very foggy and dingy. There's still that kind of general scent of bog and smog and larger city life, but it opens up a little bit. The roads get a little larger and cleaner, and you start moving through different manor houses. Slowly but surely, you come to a high-walled looking estate area, surrounded by lots of thorny bushes. As the two of you approach, there is like a large gate, easily big enough to fit 2 sort of carriages through, fully locked up for the evening, it seems. As you walk past, yeah. Cast Eldritch Blast.
Hold on, let me make a roll here. Secret roll. Okay, never mind.
You can sort of glancing through the gates. You can see that there is a sort of manicured lawn with varying bushes that grow pretty large. There are you see one figure moving across the lawn. Looks like probably a sentry, like a guard, somebody moving around. And then the manor house itself. There doesn't appear to be many lights on in the manor house. It looks as if there's not really anybody home this evening, but there are still people patrolling the grounds. And it seems like the type of place where you could probably dart over the wall and just like approach carefully through the bushes, avoiding the guards in general. But you do know that there is this kind of arcane element to this at some point. What do you do? High walls, bushes, a couple of sentries moving around inside. Big estate house.
Okay, I think this is the place.
If you don't mind, I'd like to take a look around.
Yeah. And what are you looking for?
I say this to Candle. And I will pop into existence my familiar.
Please describe for audio listeners what we see.
So it's a teddy bear with a very, 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 very unreasonably tiny head. For no reason. And the head is also slightly crooked, so it looks very curious all the time. Or like it has bad posture.
Yeah.
A very buff looking teddy bear with a tiny head.
Mm-hmm.
So this little creature just appears out of nowhere. All right.
What is that?
My familiar. Obviously.
What's wrong with it?
What do you mean, what's wrong with it?
It's not. Why is its head so small and its body so big?
It looks at you with unblinking eyes.
So, I actually have. I have thing. Animals and small creatures instinctively trust me. I have advantage on wisdom, animal handling checks. Can I make an animal handling check?
Yeah, I guess so. Is it an animal or is it like a
No, it's a
fey
spirit.
creature? Yeah, that's the thing.
No. Well, fine then. I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll stare back.
Anyway, once you've finished doing that. All right, Steven. Why don't you go run around and see what you can find for me? I will tell the familiar to go run around. It is only about 13 inches tall. And I will essentially possess my familiar. And I'm going to run around as a teddy bear to try to scout out and see what I see.
Yeah, okay. Give me a perception check.
Oh, wait, I'm going to do some bullshit.
Yeah. Literally, whatever his name is, Con. Yeah.
Yeah.
From Bleach. Who's voiced by the same character as Raiden from Metal Gear Solid, which is insane to me. Quentin Flynn, I think maybe his name is.
Chronal shift to force a reroll on myself.
Ooh. Time rewinds. Superman flies backwards around the Earth for some reason.
Fuck.
He rolled even lower. Do you have to take the second one?
I don't know. I don't read. Yep.
Um,
Sorry for all the cat hair.
Yeah, I think you sort of see this little creature, the teddy bear thing, sneak into the manor at State, running straight up to the first bush and like peeking around it. There's a guard that is just looking at it immediately. Oh, what the fuck is that? He has God, what are they called? A little bludgeoning device that the police use.
Truncheon?
Good God, a truncheon that he pulls out. I've been hit by them so many times that I've forgotten what they're called. And just immediately whacks Steven. He whacks Steven, bung, over the head, which just dismisses him, right? That's what would happen. The familiar gets deleted. You hear sort of in the grounds, oh, there was a weird little creature in here. I tell you, I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Oh, really? What did it look like? Sort of like a fat bear with a little head. All right, I think you've had a bit too much to drink, mate. Have you? Maybe you should go inside and have a little sit down. But you know what? It did just sort of vanish. Yeah, maybe I will have a sit down, actually. I'll tell you what, I'll be back in 5, yeah? Yeah, no problem. Ain't nothing going on tonight anyway. I'm sure everything will be just fine. What are you to do?
So while this was going on, I have cast a spell.
Okay.
And it is, it probably would look like, me sort of looking around, trying to find a squirrel.
Squirrel?
Yes.
Squirrel?
Some kind. Squirrel.
I guess roll me a perception check. We'll just...
I'm looking for some kind of small rodent, effectively.
Yep.
12.
Roll me a d20. If you roll above a 10, there is one.
19.
And you see it barely. It skitters across the lawn.
Yeah. You can see me probably just make like a one-handed gesture, sort of something like that, and suddenly you would see my eyes, probably the pupils dilate like a little bit as I start chittering, and I cast Speak with Animals.
Nice.
Hey, you busy?
The squirrel runs along the lawn, grabs at a little acorn. It's a grey squirrel, and as it turns to you, it does that thing that people do with it, like, are you talking to me? And then it says,
Yeah, you. Come
What
here.
do you want?
Come on over here, buddy.
Why?
Because I got something for you.
What do you got?
I got some food. You hungry?
Yeah, I'm real hungry. I wish I had a lunch break. Man, I wish I had a lunch break.
and he starts
Don't we
walking
all?
over towards you, tucking the acorn under one arm and walking on 2 legs over towards you, balancing himself with his large bushy tail. Heads over towards the gate. As he gets to the gate, he puts the acorn down and sits on it and pulls out a tiny cigarette and lights it.
I wish I had a lunch break, but I guess a cigarette break will have to do. What you got, boy? Show me what you got, boy.
I'm gonna take out a sling bullet. Okay, and I'm gonna say, I've got a nut you've probably never had before.
I haven't seen one of them before. What's that you got, boy?
This is probably the hardest nut you've ever tried to crack. But
I know nut I
it's
can't
just-
crack, boy. You know who I am?
No, who are you?
They call me Pimp.
Pimp.
You heard of me?
I've definitely heard of pimps before.
You ain't heard of this Pimp.
Listen, if
I run the street squirrels. You heard of them?
do you? Of course I have.
Yeah. Thought so. Show me this nut, boy.
Yeah, I'm going to take out a sling bullet.
The rules of
and-
Talanis is that everyone is connected to crime. That was the rule, and I remembered it halfway through the squirrel character.
Gunnel bar, sure. Yeah. So I yeah.
Talanis, like
Yeah,
everyone,
the whole world.
the whole world.
Oh yeah. So I take out the sling bullet and I say,
I'll tell you what. If you help me out, I'll give you not one, not two, but 3 of these sling nuts.
Okay, what's the catch?
Well, I need some help.
Hmm.
You been inside this place?
Inside that place? Nah. That shit's locked up tight. Arcane.
Arcane?
It's got a spell on it, and I've got an int of like maybe 4. So I don't think I can cast spells or shit. I just collect acorns and run a pimp squirrel gang.
I'll tell you what. If you're able to get your gang to occupy the guards for maybe a few minutes, I'll give you all 3 of these sling nuts.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I poke Candle.
14.
Okay. You
On the
poke
shoulder.
Candle. I'll see that out first. Yeah.
I poke you
You're
on
just
the
hearing me
shoulder.
chittering.
Yes, I have no idea what's going on.
There's just a little squirrel by the gate looking up through the thing with
With
an
a
acorn
cigarette.
and a cigarette.
Are you talking to the squirrel?
Yeah, you got a problem?
No, I've just never seen anything like this before.
You got yourself a deal, boy.
Excellent. Here's one to start. Just so you know that I'm not screwing around. Give him one of the sling bullets.
He reaches up through the bar's tiny little adorable hands, takes the bullet, looks at it.
You're right, I ain't never seen nothing like this. This is gonna sell
Why are
well on the
you
squirrel market. Hell
Getting
yeah,
the
boy.
Squirrel balls.
Alright, you just need us to what? Distract these motherfuckers? That's easy, we fuck with them all
Yeah,
night.
get him away. Get away from the front. We need to get him away from the front door.
Oh, no problem. Check this out. Hey boys! It's time to fuck with the human folk again.
From out of the bushes, swarms of squirrels, like 100.
like Ratatouille. It's like they all have different personalities.
They all
wearing
look
different
completely
outfits.
different. They're doing that thing they used to do in 80s movies where they're clicking and they're like moving forward and they pull out little switchblades and shit.
They're all wearing leather jackets. They're greased hair.
They all come out. Then they you hear them chittering to each other about like the plan of what they're going to do, and they all kind of rush back into the bushes. A few seconds later, you hear the other two go, "What the fuck is going on? Oh shit, it's the squirrels again. Oh, get to the shed, run for your life. Run, Dave. Oh, save yourself, he's got me.
Let's go.
Oh god,
What is happening?
I think that one's got a bullet. Christ,
Distraction.
fuck me alive. Ah."
All right, let's go. Let's
They
go.
run.
You, I'm a really good thief.
You can hear these squirrels like
I see 'em.
ushering them around the rear of the building. The two of you can vault over the gate or the wall free. You don't need to make any checks for that, unless you really want to. And make it into the grounds and rush up to the doorway. Right, you're heading over to the front door of the estate.
It's pretty, you know, it's completely devoid of people and stuff. You can still hear like squirrel chaos. You hear a door slam of a little shed, and you hear the chitter and sounds of like lots of squirrels swarming this shed, rushing up and down it. Two guys inside sort of screaming. As it's like Hitchcock's The Birds, but squirrels and a shed. As you approach the doorway, it just looks like a typical manor house doorway. A big sort of double-breasted oak-looking door, a frosted glass thing on the inside of it. Can't really see inside the hallway on the inside, but there is some sort of like there is a small candle lit on the inside that you can make out. Other than that, you can see a pretty complex-looking lock candle, as well as the fact that you're aware that there is some sort of arcane element to this, but looking at the door, it doesn't like immediately show itself. You know, it's not like you approach and there is like an arcane field that appears. So you can make me an Arcana check to try and figure it out if you'd like.
Super good at this.
You can both make it. Lumen's probably better at that.
9.
You want to do it as well? Arcana check?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm going to walk up to it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to trace some sigils in the air.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast Knock.
Oh.
Does that work on... Well, here, let me read. Knock spell.
Contains a mundane or magical means that prevents access.
It is magical.
If you choose a target that's held shut with arcane lock, that spell is suppressed for 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. You hear it unlock. You hear the sound of the spell dissipate. You understand that this door is now fully unlocked and safe to enter.
All right. We have about
What'd
10
you do?
minutes.
I didn't even put on
opened
my
the
outfit.
door.
You opened it?
What outfit? No, we've
Never
got
mind.
time. No, we've got time. I want to see the outfit.
I'm gonna try and open the door.
It opens.
Come on.
Fine.
We're here to do a job. You can probably dress up later.
Promise?
Really? That works for you?
What? Fine, let's go.
You shrug and brush in.
All right, yeah, you're rushing in. What's the plan? Where are you headed to? It's a pretty big manor house. You head into a classic manor-looking hallway. It leads forward to a set of stairs that lead upwards and curl around. It's not an enormous structure, but it's a pretty big manor house. There is lots of varying rooms. The first two rooms on either side look like drawing rooms. There appears to be a sort of a kitchen in the back. There are some closed doors. What's the approach here at first?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna look around and see if there's any traps or anything.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
10.
10. It doesn't look like there's any traps to you here. There's obviously the element of the door behind you, but on the inside of the building, it just appears to be a pretty normal looking manor house.
Come on, this way. I'm going to see if it's an office. I think what I would do is probably when you walk inside, is there like a staircase? Is there what am I looking at? Is there a foyer?
Yeah, you've got like it would be like a very large looking hallway that leads to a staircase at the end. There are 5 doors, 2 immediately to your left and right, 2 a bit further down, and then 1 under the staircase that is open, that has a kitchen area behind it that you can tell is the kitchen. The 2 open doorways lead to a sort of a living room, like a comfortable looking area with some paintings and things on the wall, a big hearth, and then a drawing room, which is just, it doesn't look like an office, but it does have that kind of vibe. There's some books and things in there, but that's it.
then 2 closed doors.
Okay. If there's anything expensive along the way that is smaller than 2 feet wide, I am swiping it.
Yeah, roll me a d20 each.
If there's anything larger than 2 feet wide, I'm gonna throw it into my hole.
Okay.
12.
Let's see here. So you rolled a 3. So I think actually in here, the first thing that you notice that would be probably in this room, there's first a pretty expensive looking vase with some just fresh looking flowers in it, and next to it is one of those decanters that one might pour wine
Like
from.
a crystal decanter.
Yeah, one of those like beautiful ones with like silver rim or like sat on a silver tray. Those are immediately present and potentially small enough. I don't know how small you want to go for.
Well, I've got a bag of holding, so it just has to be able to fit into a 2-foot diameter mouth.
Easy.
4
Yeah.
feet deep.
You can pop those in. They're probably worth about 300 gold. The decanter.
Ooh.
The vase probably another 100 gold. So how big are we talking here? It was the 3-foot cube, did you say?
For me, it's 2 feet by 4 feet.
2 foot for you. Okay, because there is an antique grandfather clock in here as well, which would probably be worth about 1,000 gold, but there's no way you could get it out. There are some oil paintings. There is maybe a tapestry. You could roll up a tapestry.
If it looks like it would, basically easy to swipe stuff, right?
Okay.
So if it's something I can just grab, like a bunch of silverware, you throw it in there.
Yeah, I mean, if you head into the kitchen, maybe you could find some extra stuff, or head into one of the other rooms. But in the hallway, the immediate things are just those 2 items.
Yeah.
I shove
Okay.
the paintings into my hole.
All right, you have 2 sort of oil paintings of what looks like a noble family, presumably Renard Thorne, his wife, and 3 kids. Probably worth about 500 gold.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna start just sort of stealthily checking the rooms to see if anything looks like an office.
Yeah, the first door that you come to is locked.
I will pick it.
Pick it.
Yep.
As you're, make me a thieves' tools check would be what it would be, wouldn't it?
I do not have thieves' tools.
Okay, then just sleight of hand me, baby.
I have navigator's tools.
The sextant,
A sextant. It's pointy.
delicious sextant to pick the lock.
Okay. Should I use the navigator's tools, or should I do a dexterity, like a sleight of hand?
The navigator's tools are not going to do fuck all for you here, are they?
No.
Just
gonna-
give me a sleight of hand.
18.
Yeah, you just find some thin-looking things or whatever. There's some very simple locks on the inside of the house. After a few moments, you feel the tumblers shift and the door unlocks. You push the first door open, and in here is the motherlode. There is so much stuff in here that is clearly for auction. Each thing is like wrapped and tagged, and there are 2 stands that have things all across the top of them, and then there are drawers underneath that have stuff inside. Now, presuming you take all of the small things, you can grab
All the
small things. There's a set of fine china. There is a jewel-encrusted hairbrush and mirror set. There is an ivory chess set. There's a gilded sort of writing desk
that is clearly part of this auction. And on top of it, there is a bunch of writing instruments that are like extremely well made, that are clearly worth a bunch of money, that come with this desk that you can pocket. There's like a rare book collection, all of these like leather tomes with all of these famous works on. And there is a jeweled music box as well. There's a gold-plated tea set. There is a paperweight that is just clearly made of a rare gemstone, maybe some sort of sapphire. There's perfume. There's a perfume bottle set. There's a carved ivory figurine set in here. I think that's it for the small things. There are other larger things in here as well, but yeah, this is his like stuff that is clearly being sent to auction over the coming weeks. And you two, I guess, are just pilfering all this stuff, throwing it into we just see you pocketing all these things, throwing it into the bag or into the cube of death.
What I would like to do before we go inside, if that's okay, I'll put my hand out and cover over Candles' face. Let me check for traps first.
What are you doing?
1 second.
From an
Doing my
investigation.
job.
To cover my face.
And I'll just cast Detect Magic.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so there is actually an abjuration ward on each of the tags that are on these items. That is like a little spell that would allow someone to locate them very easily. Simply removing the tag will mean that they won't be locatable.
We've got to take the tags off.
Why?
We've got to be able to track them with magic.
Oh,
Do you want them to be found?
good job. Start ripping the tags off.
Yeah, easily done. They're just string with a little thing on the end.
You start on that side. I'll get this side. Into the hole. Into the hole.
Yeah,
into
everything
the hole.
goes into the hole. Everything goes into the bag of holding, and you collect all of the things that are light enough or small enough to do so. I think both of the bag of holdings like are just a full pocket dimension, right? Is the cube of death a pocket dimension, or does it have a certain space? Like, are you gonna fill it up?
It can fill up.
How much stuff can you fit in your hole?
Oh my god.
12 cubic feet.
Wow.
It's a big hole.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can probably you can fit a lot more stuff in here. You can take a candelabra, maybe. Like a gilded candelabra would fit in there.
I put the gilded candelabra into my hole, yeah.
Yeah, it's got 6 arms. Think you could fit 6 arms in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even hesitating. Yep.
Yup. All right, yeah. So you grab a bunch of stuff. It's an insane amount of money's worth of stuff that you guys managed to pilfer out of this place. Stepping out of that room, there's one more locked door and then potentially upstairs.
I'm also looking for like stuff that I can potentially use to help me open locks.
Yeah, okay. Roll me an investigation check.
15.
You have 2 sets of keys in your pocket. One of them opens Brannock Steele's personal home and locked boxes in his house. One of them unlocks some of the rooms in this manor, including the front door.
Yeah, I'll try and use some of the keys on this door.
Yeah, you try the first one, it doesn't fit. You try the second one, it fits but doesn't turn. You try the third one, it opens to a study. And as you open the doorway, you see immediately before you a very obvious personal study, a classic looking room with a desk, some bookshelves around one side, and a very large painting on the wall. There are 2 sort of chairs that are comfortable looking chairs that sit in front of the desk, and on one side there's an almost like chaise lounge thing that you might be able to lay on. There's another decanter, but this time this one is filled somewhat with whiskey and just a single tumbler next to it that is empty but has recently been used or drinked from?
I would like to go over and pour myself some whiskey and enjoy a finger.
You'd enjoy a finger of whiskey?
Mhm.
Okay.
I put
You
it in my
absolutely
mouth.
can do, yes. I love that when we put her on the spot for this, couldn't think of a fucking thing. However, every 2 minutes outside of...
Sorry, this is just how it works.
I know. It's why it was on the screen. Yeah, so you can sort of see these varying things around the room. Yeah, mostly kind of bookshelves. There's a tall window as well that is, it has curtains that are drawn. No, not drawn, open. That look out across parts of the field. Every now and then you see a squirrel rush past on the lawn.
I say we don't have a lot of time. We gotta find the office. See if there's a safe in here. This kind of looks like an office.
Yeah.
Roll me
I
investigation
look with my
checks.
eyeballs.
Roll me a perception check then.
Wait. I want to do investigation. I'll use context
19
clues.
for me.
24.
1924. You both kind of do a once over of this room. It definitely feels like this is probably his study where he works from. As you're looking through all of his stuff, opening all of the drawers and things, you find a few books and ledgers that suggest varying auction prices. And also there's like a lot of the things that you have just stolen with like prices and projected auction sale prices for them as well, so you get a good idea of just how much money you've just taken, and it's a pretty decent, astonishing amount of money really if you can fence all of it. I think after kind of turning the place over, are you doing it in that like kind of just trash the place? I guess it doesn't matter at this point. But
Actually, I'm probably
Yes.
yeah, okay.
I'm trying not to make noise, really.
Try not to
right?
make noise, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you're not trashing the place, but you're turning things over and not like replacing them. It doesn't feel like there's a safe in here until the very last moment when I think maybe Lumen, you're like sizing up the portrait to see if you think it could fit in the cube of death. And as you're moving the portrait to sort of grab it and hold it, you recognize that actually it doesn't just kind of like slide left and right as if it's hanging. And actually you pull it a little bit and it opens like a door. It's like held on one side, it pulls forward, and then you're able to look behind this thing, and it is, yes, on hinges, and behind the portrait lies a metal safe embedded into the wall with a 4-digit combination lock on it and some writing.
Right over here.
Oh,
There's
great.
writing on it.
You know what it says?
Does the writing say?
It does say some stuff, and I will show you what it says here.
It says, please do not open.
That would be hilarious.
Pretty please. Pretty
Please do not open unless you want me.
Please.
Unless you want me. Inscribed on this safe's surface is a little sort of riddle, and then I think at this point, Candle, you're kind of like looking at the safe and you remember a ledger that you've just seen, and you kind of, after you read these words, which I will give you in a second, you turn back and find a book, a ledger that you open to the back page, and on the back page you see past, present, future written as well. And I'm just going to give you this to look at. And if one of you could read out what you see here, scrawled in children's scrawl.
It says, 3 brothers walked in time, past, present, future in a line. Add the youngest, double the old, subtract what now remains untold.
And after you read that, that's when we see Candle turn around, grab a ledger, and in the ledger you see past, present, and future with 12, 24, and 36 written next to them.
12, 24, 36. Okay. Past, present, future in a line. Add the youngest. Double the old. Subtract what now remains untold. Okay. Add the youngest, which would be 12 and 24. So that's 36. Double the old. 36. 72. And then we've got 36 left. Past, present, future in a line. 12, 24, 36. Add the youngest, double the old. 36, 72. Do I know how many numbers would be in this kind of a lock?
Yeah, so it's it is a 4 digit. 4 digits is what you need.
Okay. In a line. So it could be 12, 24, 36. 36 left. Add the youngest. 12 and 24 are the youngest. The smallest, double the old. 72. Subtract what now remains untold, which is 36. Left. 12, 24, 36. Is there any kind of magic on this? Can you check?
One moment. Detect magic.
No. This is just a safe.
Not that I see.
I'm gonna check and see if it's like wired to any sort of alarm.
Yeah, make me an investigation check.
17.
No, it doesn't seem to be wired to any sort of alarm. It just is a safe in the wall.
Okay. So I'm gonna try 12, 24, 36, and then go all the way back around to the left and bring it back to 36.
Okay. Nothing.
12, 24, 36, 36. Past, present, future in a line. 12, 24, 36. Add the youngest.
So here's the problem.
Subtract what now remains untold.
It says that 3 brothers walk in a line, but we don't know which exactly is the youngest. The youngest could be future, or it could be past. Because technically, if it's in the past, maybe it might be older.
Yeah, that's true. Past, present, future in a
It
line.
might be the other way around.
Add the youngest. Double the old. What do we add the youngest to? So if we did... Add the youngest, double the old. If the old is 12, then that would be 24. What do you think it is?
I think it's time for me to cast a spell.
Oh, that's cheating.
Take your time. We've just got about 2 minutes left.
There's a
Before the
sound
door
as
locks.
a door slams open in the garden, and a bunch of squirrels skitter away, and you hear a guy like, "Yeah, go on, run for your life, squirrels! You're done now!" And then there's a kind of noise.
Up to you, boss.
Alright, fine.
Fine what?
Do your magic stuff.
Air flip. I forgot this. Knock, 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 knock.
Opens up. Would you like the answer? Because there's no way I got it right anyway.
No, I don't want. No,
No?
I want.
Yeah, I just
want
wondered if
the
Wack would be
answer
able to
to go
sleep.
into obscurity.
Fine. Done. You've killed Wacksteven.
Absolutely.
I know.
Killed
Yeah.
him.
I
That has
know.
killed him.
I know. That's why it's funny.
He wants so badly for me to have got it wrong as well. Like, that's the other thing, is that not only would I be like, it's this, this, and this, and this, and then the answer would have been wrong, and he would have laughed so much, and he will now never know.
Inside, as the door opens, is a bunch of papers. You see another expense journal. There's a few gold coins. It's about 100. They're rolled in a coin wrapper. You know those like coin wrappers you get. And you can see a spare key that appears to be the same as the one that would fit the front door, which you have on your keyring anyway. There is no amulet, no Eye of Visara or anything that looks similar.
Doesn't seem to be here, Candle. Not what we're
That's
looking
not
for,
good.
anyway.
There must be another office or something. What was in there?
I don't know. I just have pulled everything out and shoved it into the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to know?
Is there anything worth our time? I don't know. Was it good stuff?
One second. I'll stick my head into the hole, and I imagine what I've just dropped it in there is on top. I'll rummage through there and see if there's anything helpful for our current situation.
Everything's covered in blood.
Yeah, it's horrific. Make me an investigation check.
All right. 17.
17. You look at the expense journal and recognize that this is a bunch of expenses for be like illegal artifacts, stuff that's not going to auction, stuff that might be under the table kind of exchanges, and he's got a few of those going on. When you sort of maybe compare that with the other ledgers that you've found, nowhere on either of these documents does it suggest that he ever came into contact with something known as the Eye of Visara, or even anything similar. It doesn't say like ancient Falarin amulet or crystalline amulet or shifting color amulet or anything like that.
After a while, I come crawling out of the hole, and I'm holding the ledgers open. Nothing here about what we're looking for. I just shove all the paper and the books into Candles' arms. You can have them.
What am I gonna do with this?
There's a lot of interesting information on there. There's nothing that's helpful for us right now.
Oh, that's a good point. I will cram it in the bag.
You hear the did you close the front door? Main manor door,
I definitely would have, yes.
Yeah. You hear a rattling of a key in that door, and you hear it open, and the sounds of the rain and the outside echoing down the hall. It's a pretty decent way, but you hear that sound. And you hear the sound...
Front door?
The front door, yeah. You hear the sound of someone opening that door, and then closing it, and locking it again. Make me perception checks.
13.
16.
There is a growling coming from the hallway. Sounds like a dog. And then you hear a thing sniffing and padding its way down the doorway. Then you hear a second dog. Two big sounding dogs.
Okay. Shit. I whisper. Hawks.
Oh. That's not good.
I will. I'm gonna just try to like take a peek out of the room.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
$14.
Okay, now let me, you know what, I can just roll here. Or not.
I guess we're just not gonna eat today, chat. That's fine. We just won't have lunch. It was so delicious.
Every time we say that, I'm so hungrier.
I'm so hungry.
Okay, I don't know where I put it, but I'll just roll here. And that is, what did you get? What did you roll?
I got a 14.
14. It also rolls a full 14. Oh, actually, it has keen hearing and smell. It has advantage. 2. So it's trying to find you, right? Or yeah, you're trying to hide from it.
Well, yeah, I'm just peeking out. I want to see what
I just don't know who wins this contested check on a 14 each, you know.
Usually it's the aggressor.
Yeah.
The one looking.
Yep.
I think it sees you then. Starts barking.
Oh shit!
These two absolutely enormous dogs just bolt down the hallway towards you. The room that you're in has a giant window behind you. Other than that, no other exit than the door. You could obviously close the door, but you know.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I am going to reach into the bag of holding.
Yep.
And I am going to pull out a gem. It is a green gem, an emerald.
Okay.
And I will break the gem, summoning forth a water elemental.
Right. Sure. You break the gem. Ping. This water elemental suddenly appears. I think it like pours out and flows out of this gem as it's just loose water that rushes across the ground and out into the hallway first before it kind of channels itself up into a form, taking a sort of humanoid form with a sort of you sort of make out two eyes and a mouth. The dogs rushing towards this thing, barking. They slow for a second before they kind of like just start barking. The two things start fighting with one another. The dogs snapping and biting at the water elemental. You hear a sloshing, slamming sound as the water elemental slams into these dogs. Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to like rush behind and rush deeper into the house. I'm not giving up.
Okay. I guess make me athletics checks if you're running.
I'm gonna drink that potion of giant strength.
Yeah, okay, and it was Frost Giant, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 2.
What does it do? I'm just clicking it over and over again. Sorry.
No,
Probably
you click on
increases my strength.
So yeah, it will.
You click the little box. There's like a square.
There's a little square that comes up. But I think so. What this does is it increases your strength score to 23 for an hour.
Okay. I'll just manually add this right now. 23. All right. Athletics.
Super buff lumen.
Wow. That sucks. Oh, 13.
Um,
I still beat Candle. It's okay.
So yeah, you change your score to 23. Roll me.
You gotta beat the slowest person.
Yeah,
You have to run
rules.
faster than the slowest person.
Yeah.
Also roll me a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Me?
I can do that.
No, Lumen.
Constitution saving throw.
Because this
Oh, that's not the save.
liquid
Where's the saves? Oh, it's just supposed to. It's the same.
has a
15.
Frost Giant's fingernail in it, and it was to see whether you choked on that,
Oh.
which you don't
I
on a
rolled a
15.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swallow it.
Oh, I was gonna say you spit it out, but sure, you just swallow it. And so Candle, you roll a 2, and Lumen, you roll a 15. So Candle kind of bolts out, but I think Candle, you slip on the water elemental. Yeah.
just slip and tumble straight over. Lumen, you can, if you would like to, just run past the water elemental, or you can sort of try and help Candle. I don't know where we're at with.
1 sec. I'm gonna see if I roll a 1. I'm not gonna help. All right, I jump over Candle. I keep running.
And run away.
Damn it!
Candle, make me a perception check.
15.
And then make a choice. As Candle looks up,
We're cursed as well.
what does that mean? Oh, you are cursed?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Fates.
I'm gonna do
Didn't even
that.
eat lunch, but we're just gonna get cursed, I guess.
I'm gonna roll for your curses first, because that might affect what we're doing here. So let's do this. The first curse that happens is to Candle. The cursed player can no longer fail the expectations of those they come across. For example, if an NPC learns the
Oh my god,
player's
it's
name,
my dream! It's my dream!
This is unbelievable. If the NPC learns the player's name and they believe their name to be elfish, they will become an elf. If they expect that he is a weakling due to rumors they have heard of him losing an important fight, the player loses some of his strength. If they thought he would be taller, the character would be taller. I mean, this is insanity. This is pure chaos curse. Which fits extremely well. It's the orcs from 40k. All right, remember that, because I will forget it in every conversation you have for the rest of this entire campaign.
Does this happen as I'm jumping over him?
This is
or
as you
after?
jump over him.
I am going to say, as I'm jumping over him, absolutely in my head, 100%, I'm thinking, I wish that Candle was a better thief and better on his feet. Because he fell down immediately.
Yeah. I mean, can Candle be a better thief? I don't know if it's possible. Could he be?
Yeah, I could have a higher score. Definitely.
What is your ability score in Dex?
I got an 18 in Dex.
Oh, make it
Plus
20.
4. Oh,
We'll say it's 20. We'll say you still kind of slip and slide. But you are a better thief than this. Let's roll for Lumen's Curse, though. The character takes on the appearance and smell of being undead but isn't.
Perfect.
So remember
Excellent.
that.
Okay.
Because that, is...
Was there a name for that curse, by the way? Should I just call it Curse of Hearsay?
It is... Yeah, no, I don't know what the name of the curse is. So you can call it
doesn't
whatever
list
you
one
want.
there.
Yeah.
I can't copy pasta that text, but
It's
know
also
if you
time
have
for a
it.
lunch break. So, guys,
Yes.
oh my
I'm
god!
so hungry.
I'm so hungry. I'm so glad we're having this lunch break. What did you bring for lunch?
Guest first.
Oh,
All right.
okay. What did you
I
got?
brought sparkling ice.
Wow.
Ooh, black raspberry. It's lukewarm now.
I don't know what that
That's
is,
fine.
but yeah.
Lukewarm.
No,
Like
sparkling
it's room
ice.
temperature. Oh, it's just sparkling water. It's just
Okay.
bubbly water with flavoring.
Alright, yeah.
And I've got a jelly. It's a collagen booster with vitamin C. 10 calories. You gotta like squish it up and then you suck it.
Nice.
Brad's nightmare drink.
Oh, I would love
I've
that.
got
I would drink the fuck out of that.
I've got pickled garlic.
That I would never eat.
So good.
The curse doesn't affect me with sweet things, Whack, as well. That's the rule of thumb.
Okay.
This is one of the only logical parts of it.
Then I have potato salad.
Nice. What'd you bring, Whack? You have actual food? What the fuck?
What?
You got a
It says whack
Chipotle?
on there?
Did you
Yeah.
write whack on it? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. We've got cashews,
Nice.
roasted and salted,
Yeah.
halves and pieces.
Never go wrong.
An apple,
Hey, look.
a gala apple,
Snap. I also brought an apple. Cheers.
and a banana.
That
You
looks like the first ever banana. It's so out of date.
I'm not eating it.
No way.
This is going into banana bread.
Yeah. I brought my
Why'd you
actual
bring it if you're not gonna
lunchbox.
eat
It's
it?
a Paw Patrol lunchbox.
Ooh,
And in it, Whack, you're gonna laugh so much. So I ran out of bread. I only have pita breads left. So I made a pita bread peanut butter pita sandwich. Peanut
Holy
butter
shit.
peanut butter in pita bread. And that's what I'm eating
A
because I
pita
haven't got any
butter?
food. How was your
Well,
day?
You should not say anything
apple.
during this entire lunch break and just quietly stare at the
No,
camera. and eat
you have to be
food.
that awkward person when you're having a lunch break and like you just want to sit on TikTok on your phone and they're like, "So how was your weekend?" Or what is it, Friday? What are you doing for your weekend? Anyone doing anything fun? Stella leaves the house sometimes, right? Are you going anywhere?
I have a meeting tomorrow.
With who?
I'm gonna be I'm running a horror one shot.
Yeah?
And I'm meeting up with all the other GMs for this horror series. That way we're not doing the same like stories or same game systems. I have no idea what I'm gonna run, but it's gonna be scary.
Nice.
Does it have to be scary? Could you just run a horror one shot and have it be silly? But horror
It
thing?
could be silly. It doesn't have to be serious. I could do something Scooby-Doo. Maybe I'll do something like scare-rousing. Sexy but scary.
Will they want that though?
They don't care.
Really? I vote for that one then.
Okay.
Why not? Fuck it.
If anyone has issues, I'll be like, it's Brad's fault. Mm-mm.
I feel like a lot of people do that anyway. So, it would work.
What are you doing on the weekend?
What do you think I'm doing?
Marvel Rivals.
Who are you playing
Myers
in Marvel
back?
Rivals?
Maya's back.
And he instantly posted Marvel Rivals updating
I told
our
him,
Discord.
that motherfucker. I said to him, when you get back, move your whole room around because you've been away for 2 weeks. You break all those habits and shit. You can get into some nice new routines. I was like, get back, move your room around so that you don't sit down at that computer and fall immediately into it. He's updating the game.
Maybe he's moving stuff around.
He's not.
While the game's updating.
You know he's not.
He's
I know he's not.
neurodivergent.
He's checking all his dailies on Star Citizen or whatever the fuck.
Alright, this is what you do with the pickled garlic.
I don't know
Take
if
it
I want
out.
to see this.
Mm.
Wait, it's a whole garlic clove?
Yeah.
In pickle juice?
Yes.
Monster. Disgusting.
Brad can't handle vinegar.
I can handle the smallest amount, thank you.
I can handle the smallest amount. This much vinegar.
Well, because I can't do sauces anymore. So some sauces I can't do because food problem brain. And then some I can't do because a lot of them I'm just allergic to because they just have every ingredient in. So I just gave up on all of them. I had to reintroduce vinegar in my life. Just because otherwise every time I had like, you know, something that was just like dry, whatever, chips and
Plain salad is the
nugget,
worst.
whatever, yeah. So I had to put vinegar on stuff. So I have brought vinegar back. I basically replaced barbecue sauce with it.
I think this is gonna be the most ASMR thing. Do I mute?
No, it was close to the mic as you can get.
Wait, why did you turn the music off? Hold on. It'll be funnier if I do it with the camera off. 'Cause then it'll be very visceral. Hold on.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm running the credits, dude. I'm ending the show, dude. I'm not continuing.
See, it was funnier with the camera off, wasn't it?
We're done.
Yeah. Here, I'm muting.
We're legitimately done. Thank you so much for joining us, Stella. I hope you had a lot of fun, Stella. Thank you so much for being here, Stella. You're not on camera right now. They have no. You're just a voice. There's no.
Oh, okay.
The credits are rolling. I've ended
They're
it.
kicking me off the show.
This is it. The ending music is playing. This is the end. No, I think
bring in the hook.
I take it back.
All right, we'll bring in the hook. We'll hook her back in. Who wants Stella back for one more week? One more. Yeah, I say so. I say we bring her back for one more week. Stella will return in part 2.
Hell yeah.
Which is going to be next
A reckoning.
Friday.
Do I have to come up with something weird to say again?
I wasn't going to, but now, yes, definitely.
Fuck. Okay. All right.
I think I'm just, you know what, I'm not even going to change
I'm
things.
gonna-
We're going to
I'm
have
gonna
another lunch
prepare-
break and another Stella says something weird.
Okay. All right. Perfect. I'll prepare a speech. How about that? I'm going to
Right.
deliver a speech.
Or do you want me to change it to Stella delivers a speech?
No, I
No?
like that it says something weird.
All right.
That's
You got
I
it.
like that.
You
I
got
like
it,
weird
pal.
shit.
You're in charge now.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for watching the show. We hope you had fun with this week's episode. Thank you everybody for the tips and subs and support. It all goes towards making sure that we can keep putting on good table story content for you every single week, every single day, every single week. We're going to be doing 2 shows a day, every single day, 7 days a week. Wack is going to be running all of them apart from this one until it's his turn to run this.
And play all of the characters too.
I genuinely want that to happen so badly. I don't know if you know about this, Stella, but I want Wack to GM a campaign in which he also plays all 4 characters.
Mm-hmm.
And that he's the only one in it. He could do
I
it.
love that. You have to do different voices for each.
He would
of the
easily,
characters.
yeah, he'd smash it. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to do it. I don't think my brain can't split itself that way well enough.
Love
I would do it.
It's
I
gonna
would do
happen
it.
at some point.
that. Oops, all whack.
It's gonna happen. I love that you two are still having your lunch.
Hungry.
Yeah.
I was hungry as shit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I am too. Thank you for
Okay,
watching,
hold on,
everyone.
hold on.
We hope you had a wonderful time. We will be back next week with another fantastic episode. I won't say that because we don't know if it's going to be fantastic, but there will be another episode next week.
There'll definitely be an episode.
There'll be an episode. And thank you again for watching. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. We very much appreciate it. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Sunday for Deathless. Peace out and bye, everybody. Make sure you go and follow Stella Luna as well so that you can find out when that horror one-shot is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Stella Luna.
Hi. I'm a person.